I might have to take you up on that offer, Nub Nub. Good evening, guys. It's a little bit late. I know. However, school holidays. So, Amala, welcome. Pilots, welcome. New to the channel, welcome. We're continuing on with this ship. Nub Nub, hit me up on Discord. I will send you stuff and hopefully not punch myself in the face. So, on Discord, fast as I've ever clicked on notification. The whole front, I hate that. Let's turn off denoise. The whole front section, I've redone it. Leo's here, Spooky's here. Doing this on Discord last night with Spooky. We're having a discussion on how to make this flow a little bit better. And yeah, so this is kind of like the shape that I've kind of started settling on. I do want a bit of a change. So this bit here, this bit here is kind of like the spacer between the front and the back. Much punch in the face. Say I'm all filmic. There you go, mate. And then, yeah, so we're probably going to be working on this front section. Last week we did get this all rigged. So if I go into pose mode, rotate on the X, yes. Cool. And then obviously that bit comes down. But the whole bottom section there, we got rigged up. We might just make that a little bit smaller, but that'll be all right. All right. The front is looking better. Yes. Yeah. It kind of reminds me, though, of the aliens from Independence Day. Independence Day. Images. Why is that so small? Alien. So it kind of reminds me of this kind of head. Mr. Richo is here. Hey. But yeah, so I'm kind of like, that's what's making me feel like that now. Oh well, still good. It's great to see you, buddy. Spooky solved your flying brickitis. Correct. I do wish this ship was a lot wider. At the moment, the back end is 3 meters in width, which means still fine. But I was working on this section in here. Let's just go H, hide the bones for now. And so I've got kind of like this big step where we'll probably put some staircases and then put some crud either side. But that whole interior there is looking quite nice. So this is all blocked out. So probably next week, maybe. No, it won't. I'll be in Radelaide. Yeah, we can block out kind of like all the interior with that one. Let's just do an Alt H, bring everything back. Let's get rid of the rig and kind of build this section up. We'll mainly focus on the exterior, but depending on how time goes, we'll go interior as well. So I don't really want to just jump straight into paneling. I kind of want to more think around maybe the outside. How big is the back end? It's 3 meters. There's plenty of space for multiple people to go in at the same time. So that's kind of like the idea behind that, just in case you were wondering. One thing that I kind of like feel that is missing is aerials, but do we really need aerials or anything like that? I'm not entirely sure, but definitely probably some pipage to come through here, some pipages that will connect the front to the back. So probably in this section here, well, let's just do that now. Cursor word origin. So something what I was thinking is if we kind of do that, let's rotate that around, and it would be kind of these. Maybe we do it like this. I'm going to grab that face there, and we'll go G into the Y and bring that in, and then select that one, shift right click, and then we'll just to kind of, yeah, give it that. Going to move it over a little bit, and then we'll come over into the mirror modifier, add modifier, generate mirror modifier. Sweet candy. Can you close that big door at the back? Yes, we can. That is all rigged up. Yeah, cool. And I think going around and starting to add in all these greebles will add to it. I did like the initial fin that we had, but I first want to make sure that this shape here is what we're actually after. So found a little thing that I think it must have been Spooky that told me about it, where you can actually go, rather than global transformation, we go into normals, and then we can scale Z0, and that'll scale that along the normals, which is amazing. Spiky antennas to the front center. Off center would look good. At the very, very front, you reckon? Actually, let's just undo that. I want that back a little bit. I feel that we might have to just add in a little bit more geometry. But yeah, we can come back to that. I do like the idea. Yeah. All right, let's kind of just keep going through. Just adding more geometry to this now, just to make it like not as harsh. And we might redo the glass a little bit. Can still Control B on there. Do some on here. Control B. Just to make it like that really nicer. It's getting really nice. Yeah, I completely agree. And I think as well, having a central seat now is looking a lot better. I do think we need to make a collection in here to fill maybe this joint. So maybe here we could add in some extra pipages, or even some sort of another engine that sits in there to bridge the gap between here and here, but also give the wing some support. Now that I'm really looking at this, orthographic mode. What is that? That's that. What's that? Okay. Let's select that. I'm going to select that piece. There we go. So now it's mirrored off there. Ooh, maybe what we could do is this front seat here is actually kind of like on the lower tier. And then we've got these secondary seats, because I'm thinking of 3 seats. And we have them up a little bit and kind of more sitting in this corner here and here. I reckon that might look all right. We'll have a look a little bit later when we throw in some characters. I'm just going to add some geometry here, like so. Let's come into there and just add. No, I don't like that. Maybe we'll just do a Control Shift B to bevel that there. That turned out disgusting. Let's not do that. Now I've got to think of a way to add a little bit more extra geometry on that one. I think maybe what we might do, oops, is just go like this, and we'll do a Control B. Control B. It's not bad. And we'll do a bevel on here. Just kind of give it a little bit extra. Told you get an empty to mirror by. Yes, I know. Shush. Especially because I based everything off that cockpit earlier. And now I deleted it. So, yeah, I hear you. Let's go off that one. Whereabouts does it go? Does it go all the way around the ship? Oh, that's a yuck. Yuck. Edge loop in there. So for now, what we might do is just select that, delete face. And then we'll clean that face up a little bit later. We'll do a Control B to do that. Nice. And then we can go Control B. There we go. So now it's starting to get a little bit cleaner. And we're just going to clean up the topology a little bit so we've got more of a straight line. rise up against the orthographic hordes. So that's orthographic. It's not the same. I mean, but it is looking nice. It's starting to really flow together. Once these panels start coming on, I think it's going to look grouse. Fully sick, bruh. Continue on. Those straight lines look nice. We've added in extra geometry through there. Not too thrilled about this angle here, but we'll let that slide. Yeah, okay. I'm happy with that. Let's just move this one up. Might need to, remake some of these mirrors, but that's fine. David Duff, 4:30 a.m. What are you doing? Imagine that chair that you get into. That's kind of like, what ship is that? Not the Drake. There is one ship where you get into it, and as you sit down, it actually lifts you up. I can't remember which one that is, though. But I do like that. Let's just do a Control-S to save, and then I'm going to throw in a chair, and then we can kind of semi-visualize what the heck I'm talking about. Let's go into Asset Browser. Jump over into Mark on 3D, Kitbashing, console. I think it's console. Yeah, we've got a chair. Alt G. So what I'm thinking is we've got a chair like this. Actually, there's not a lot of room in there, is there? And then we've got a chair that sits like that. Let's throw a mirror modifier on there. And that's my central piece. Leak my. Might be something we just fix up. But yeah, I think something like that might work. We will have to clean it up a bit. And whereabouts is the windows? Windows are there. So I mean, maybe we could even move it to about here-ish, and that'll give us a little bit of extra space. But that's kind of like the idea. The windows have a great sci-fi feel. Slam the answer and nuke. But yeah, I do kind of like this idea of where we're going with this. Do I have a glass material already? I sure do. Sweet candy. So if we just close that up for now, and then we're just going to kind of like expand around it. Yes. Perfect. I like it. With the glass, it looks way too funky at the moment. So what I normally do, shading, begone, evildoer. With the glass, what I've done is I can't remember where I picked this up from, but we've got the glass material, and then we've got a translucent as well. And so obviously if we go, why is that? Huh. Let's just do a U unwrap. Why would it be doing that? Because that's pretty much glass, isn't it? Yeah, that's the glass. And translucent. That's because it's meant to be transparent. Transparent. There we go. Plug that puppy in. And we'll plug that one in. Control S to save. And then as we bring that down, now we can still have that bit of a glass reflection, but is more transparent. Yeah. That kind of looks cool, I reckon. Mr. Claudio, welcome. Archie Nobles. Why not give it a tilt cockpit like a Concorde? Now, I did have that. However, what happens is that then The landing gears here, when we add them, I could add a landing gear, dang it. We've got no real space for them. So initially what I was going to have is kind of like this V-shape landing gear that comes out. But now that we've redone this, maybe we can change it up a little bit. Oh, but that looks cool. The snoot drops. I see what you're saying. So it goes like here, 3D cursor, and then it kind of all drops together like that as it's coming to land. Interesting. I mean, at the end of the day, once everything is parent, we probably could. All that would need to change is this next section in here. So, nice. Yeah, so all that need to change is that next section. We could probably put some hydraulics and such all through there. Yeah, now the problem is going to be kind of like building up this whole system. I know that once we put these panels in, it's going to look schmick, and we kind of add all that in. Do we create air vents is a question. But then what's the point of the air vents? I don't think we need them. It does look nice. Now it's a good view of the runway. Yeah. Well, there's not much of a runway considering the fact it's going to land vertically because we've got these thrusters here. Oh, so this is what I did with Mr. Chat GPT. So if I go into Chat GPT, so when I was playing around with this last night, I took a screenshot without the cockpit there, and then this is kind of like what it spat out. Obviously, completely different to what we actually needed. But this is kind of like, I want to kind of get you into that thought process of this is another way of using ChatGPT. So obviously with that, give it more direction. I didn't talk about the fact that it's like a 4-seater or anything. So, but yeah, I do kind of like these ideas. Maybe we will put those vents in, and those vents can come up into here. Let's jump into the asset browser. I actually think I do have something of interest. Kitbashing. I have been working on this ship for a very long time now. So what I was thinking is if we throw this puppy on, oops, let's go into something like this. Nope, medium. And then we add it in like so. Not keen on that at all. Definitely not the piece. Do we have anything else of interest? I mean, that's a giant ship. That one's not going to work. Let's do an Alt-G on that one. And then we put that one in like so. Put some fins on the front there. I think that might look nice. This was a piece that I created. Let's go Alt-R. No, that's not going to suit it. See, I'm just kind of like, even just trying to block the process here. What is this widget ChatGPT? If not air vents, then put on the reaction control thrusters. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, I hate you. That's a great idea. That's a pretty good idea. Okay, let's line some of this stuff up. What the? Right click, set origin to geometry. Okay, let's go G, hold Ctrl. Nice. Yeah, cool beans. I like that. I like it. I like it. Is there anything else of interest? I don't think... Yeah, there's nothing there that I want to add right now. We will throw a mirror modifier on that one. Nice. And we'll select that piece because that's my mirror modifier. If we kind of have a look, we can slowly see how we're starting to build around. That's cool. That's cool. I am half interested about this paneling now. So I'm just going to spend a little bit of time on just working a little bit of it. So I'm going to go Shift D. Offset is going to be that way. And then from here, we can start kind of like adding in some lines. Control B. Delete faces. Control B. Delete faces. And then we're going to try and match them roughly to the same size as what we already have. What if I do that? Yeah, it's just going to be annoying, isn't it? Yep. All right. So from here. Okay, come on. No, that did not work. Actually, no, let's go hide the one underneath. There we go. Hide. So now we're just working with this. Perfect. And here we can come in and start clearing up some of this stuff. Semi not keen that that's one piece down there. Delete faces. Okay. Yep. Let's just smash parts of this out. That there can go. Control B. Delete faces. Last week, how I was doing insets everywhere, and then that created those panels. Delete faces. GG. GG. And then if I hold C, or press C, and then that'll extend it along the normal. Okay, let's just work on this. U, scale Y 0. U, scale Y 0. Excellent. And we'll do the same for all this. Not U, scale Y 0. GG. Scale Y 0. GG. Nice. And then scale Y 0. Do the same for here. Scale Y 0. Excellent. Excellent, excellent. Brilliant, Brian. Welcome. Oh, the counter's not working at the top. Oh, far out. Go away then. Thank you. I don't know what's going on with that. Any cockpit door on the side as well. I wasn't planning on it, but now that you mention it. I hate you now that you mention it. I'm going to leave it off for now, purely for the fact is because then the mirror modifier kind of stuffs me up. So I'm not going to worry about that. Alright, so let's kind of continue on through there, do that, delete face. Alright, that's all I'm going to do for now. And then from here, we're going to do a Control B. I'm just going to add in some of those wonderful cuts that I love doing. So we'll go from there, Control B. Sorry, Control B. Select these edges again, Control B. GG. Brilliant, Brian. Marco, slept in again. No worries. I started a little bit late. Making sure the kids went down. What's going on here? GG. Oh, crud. I did some things. There we go. GG. Yeah, nice. So let's kind of just keep building on this a little bit. I'm going to do one more big one. Let's go through here. Control B. Control B. Whoops. Control B. GG. GG. And then let me just quickly go select all UV cubic projection. And then we'll make sure that we've got the whole setup material on there. But obviously we'll come down and make it. Which Blender version you like most? I have no idea. I'm currently rocking version 4. Let's do an Alt-H. And that's just what's out. Because I might as well keep up with the times. So I don't have kind of like a favorite Blender version yet. So, oop. All right, put that there just in case. But yeah, I like how those panels come together, and that'll merge quite seamlessly into the rest of the ship. But now it's just more compiling everything to come together. I reckon I might not touch the external of the ship, and we'll actually jump into the internals. I'm just going to go hide, and with this section here, I'm going to just not have the mirror modifier turned on, and then we can come in and kind of like work in like this. Let's get rid of that mirror modifier, and we'll go back into solid. Oh gosh, go away mirror modifier. There we go. So now we can kind of see the inside. Bring it back. Marco, they're bringing back Farscape. No way. Surely not. That's a classic there. Ooh, that's not good. Yeah, that's interesting. I'm not gonna lie. I remember watching it as a kid. I remember watching, there's a show, an Australian show called Spellbinders. Who remembers Spellbinders? I would be very interested if anyone remembers that. Because I was obsessed with it. So when we give away, I don't know. I don't have anything to give away right now. I am assembling another Kitbashing set. So maybe over Christmas, whilst I'm away, we will have a new set available. I'm pretty chuffed about that. That lower view looks really good. Yeah, I do like it. I think that's kind of schmick. Just trying to clean up the mesh here in the back. So let's go merge at last, because I want to keep this bottom section my main point of, I guess, truth. So we're going to do this. Merge at last. Merge at last. Merge at last. And that's now going to leave me with an edge loop through there. That's fine. And then we'll do a select that, merge at last, and then merge at last. So now we should have that completely cut off. I think we're going to have an edge loop problem here, which is semi-okay, because now we can just select both of them, merge at center, select everything, merge by distance, lovely. So from here, let's hide that mirror modifier, and then we can kind of start working on the inside here. Houdini. Ugh. Did you ever watch the show Sliders? I remember that one. That one's where they were going through the portals and they were trying to get back to their time zone or something, or their world, or their alternate reality. I do remember that one. I can't remember the main actor though. I feel like it was the main actor from Serenity. It wasn't Serenity. That was the film. Whatever that was called. So, but I don't think it was. I think it was the other guy that looks like him. There's probably another show that was shot in Canada. Just like Stargate. That was a good show. I never got to watch all of it though. Stargate. I don't want to add more geometry to that. Purely because, yeah, it wasn't really on TV where we were. Let's grab that. So I'm just going to delete some of these vertices, clean them up, delete vertices. But I do remember watching Stargate, Atlantis. That was one of the series that I watched from start to finish. Vancouver. Hollywood North. So actually, let's talk about that. So I ended up going to SIGGRAPH Australia. I ended up getting there on Friday night. Oh, darn it, went too far. Let's go like this. Not that one. Actually, yeah. And so we got there. I left soccer tryouts at 8 o'clock at night. Got to Sydney at 11:30. Jerry O'Connell, that's right. So I got to Sydney, about 11 o'clock, and then I had a meeting at midnight, and then I ended up going to bed at 2 a.m. to get up at 7 to go to SIGGRAPH, and it was really interesting. I met quite a few really cool people. So the first person I went to, my goal was not to go there and just sit down and kind of like, la la la. I actually went up to people and said, hey, how you doing? What do you do? And so the first person I went up to was a compositor on Mad Max. He was part of that company, which I can't think of right now. I then met also a developer for Midjourney. Now, this was an interesting conversation because he pretty much said that they don't know why people are using Midjourney, which, when you think about it, is a fair statement because they can obviously see what people are creating, but once they've created it, they can't really tell what people are doing with those images. So that was kind of interesting to see that, yeah, they don't have that kind of analytics. Whoa, jeez. What else was there? So I met him. I also met a professor from Slovenia. Masters of the Air. Oh, interesting. I also met a assistant professor from Slovenia, and it was interesting him talking about how his team was one of the first teams to model the COVID-19 genome, which I was like, oh wow, that's impressive. Who else was there? I met a student from Canberra. I met a few people from Weta. I had a meeting with what an analytical. I met a senior animator from ILM, Amar, I think his name was, which is pretty cool. So we're going to look at teaming up and doing a little bit of work. So yeah, it was interesting for him to send me a request. Also, there's a video which will be coming out soon, I hope, if they want to team up, where you can use chat prompts to generate a head mesh and textured. So hopefully that comes through as well. We'll make a few videos on that because obviously we know how I feel about facial creation. I suck, and I have no intentions of learning it. So that was kind of cool. what else? Oh, just trying to think. Who else did I meet? Whoops. That was it. I was kind of gutted. I didn't really get a chance to meet anyone from NVIDIA. I didn't get... Yeah, I just didn't really have ILM. No. It was pretty cool. He said he worked on the Mandalorian film. I also... What else did I do? Yeah, I think they actually had one of the puppets from Mandalorian there as well. I took a photo of. They work with... Yeah, it's not directly with ILM. It's a dude from ILM. And he's got some pretty cool stuff. So that'll be good to kind of like team up and learn and become a little bit better. Hopefully, maybe, perchance. So anyway, let's go back to this. I'm going to now expand this. Why is it like so? So that really needs to come down. Let's maybe bring this down like so. E to extrude. E goes Y through there. And then that's our floor plane of our ship. We will split it here-ish. So V to rip, Control LP, separate by selection. And then this is where we can kind of start wrapping the interior. When did you know Blender? I first touched it back in 2002. However, because I did not know how to smooth the mesh, I gave it up very promptly. It's very hard to work on a computer that's 20 years old and have Subdivision 5 on a car mesh. So, yeah, I didn't pursue it any further, and I am one of my life's regrets that I didn't do that. But, oh well. Oh well. It's now given me plenty of opportunities that I will take, and we'll run with that. All right, I'm liking how this is expanding. Let's move this forward, and then we'll make like a separate piece that goes in here. And then that can be kind of like another step. Because, I mean, technically with this cockpit here, we could probably even make it a little bit modular. And let's turn on clipping, put that back. G to the X, put it there. Beautiful. And hide. So we kind of like have this. Why did you learn it? Because of a specific shot in The Phantom Menace, which I actually have to find reference to, and I'll make a video on it. Actually, would that be an interesting video on why I got into Blender? And actually how I got into Blender? But yeah, I know the exact moment I went, I want to learn 3D. But actually doing it, yeah, that's another story. Let's go G to the X, and then we kind of... All right, beautiful, beautiful. I like that. E to extrude. And we will make it the same height as this. So if I select that, Control C, select that, Control V, Control V, dang it. Control C, Control V, beautiful. And then these 2 points should be directly on top of each other, merged by distance. And then we can see how we've got a nice big step in there. Hey Bert, welcome. Yeah, back then, back in my day, yeah, Macs and all that was very expensive. I do recall trying it once and then went, no, thank you. Oh, fuck, jeez. Let's get the crud out of me. Wizzy, welcome to Mollican spam. Yeah, I know, but technically it's good. Either way. Alright. Alright, so let's bring that over to there, into there, merge at last. And then we're going to slowly kind of combine this section in here into, yeah, the cockpit here. We'll probably make kind of like a lip on these windows, and then that's where I'll join this bottom mesh to. So let's go like this. E to extrude, Shift Z. Down there. Oop. Come on, man. G, Shift Z. Select that and that. We'll press F. Let's go like this. Actually, we'll just do this. E to extrude along the Y. Just so that kind of like that lip stays there. And then we can expand it around. And up here can be some kind of like technical components. We might even put in some cupboards or such. Max is still expensive. Well, it all started with his great grad. Well, actually, no. My family migrated out here in '81. So, yes. Let's do a Control B on that one, and we'll go G to the X. Nope, that's disgusting. Let's not do that. All right, I'm just trying to think of a way. What would be the best way to close this up? Let's go. Maybe just something like this. F. Make sure it doesn't clip in. Hey, you didn't scare me that time. Matty, welcome. But yeah, no, I was born here in Australia, mate. Aye. Okay, G to the X, and then we'll press F. Excellent. So you can kind of see how we're starting to build in, and then obviously we'll do clean up the mesh more and more as we go. Now, yeah, cutting out these windows, that's going to be interesting. Just thinking what's going to be the best way to do it. It might even be that we grab these sections around the window. Might even take you as well, sunshine. You and you. And we'll grab that. That. Okay. And then I'm going to do a Shift D, P, separate by selection. I just want to grab this front section. The solidifier can go in a little bit. Let's select that, Shift N, make sure the normals are going the right way. And then thickness. So it kind of goes in like so. And then that way, these panels can kind of catch up in there. How's that looking? That's looking not too bad. So let's, how do I do it? Oh, I can't do it here. Oh, hang on. All right. So okay, so yeah, this is kind of like the idea that we're going to go with. And now we're just going to expand this whole section now up into these windows. And then we can even put ledges and kind of like dots all through here and so on and so forth. So yeah, excellent. I don't know what I was talking about. I got distracted. Oops, X in there. No, Brilliant, Brian. You stay brilliant, buddy. But back to the previous question. Yeah, it was just a friend who said, hey, this thing exists. And I'm like, what's this thing? And it was, yeah, he showed me Blender, and I went, oh, rightio. And then just started using it. Is that right? Oh, it's right on the edge. Oh, jeez. Okay, so we will have to bring it like this, G to the Z, bring it up, and then this piece comes down, and slowly going to try and match that there. Yeah. Well, technically, if you want to look at it, a second way, okay. If you want to look at it a second way, well, sorry, because I'm originally from Adelaide, Adelaide wasn't settled by convicts either. So that means that, yeah, I'm very much a proper. hence why, if you ever hear me speak, I will say advance and dance and prance. I don't say advance and dance and prance, to my wife's delight. Yeah, I'm not liking the fact that I have to do that. Maybe we will just go probably to there, and then we'll create another edge. Yeah, it goes like that. I am happy to keep this section in here. I'm not a fan of that. Let's delete that edge loop. Kind of like how it's a bit straight here, but then we might make this edge there a little bit better. No room for console. Yeah, I agree. Technically we're still in the blocking phase. Now I'm just kind of lay that out, and we'll go from there. You can definitely, yep, completely agree, Spooky. Jeez. Night cow. Oh. Tomato. So, yeah, no. I will constantly I will correct people's language. I'm like, it's advanced. And they're like, what? Advanced, dance and prance. So it's pretty funny when we go to church in Adelaide, that it's like Advanced Australia Fair. No. Yeah, Advanced Australia Fair, which is our national anthem. But over here it's Advanced Australia Fair. It's like ugh. But that was we don't do the national anthem in church. It's a different song I was thinking of. Merge at last. But I cannot wait to go on holidays back home to Adelaide. Oh, this is something that I am working on. Let me just save it real quick. I am actually trying to create a new alpha set of like images and such. So hopefully this will be out on the Discoonies on the Patreons soon. So which dish do you like most? Food. So if I open up this is some of the textures. Come on, hurry up. It's a big file. That's why it's having a bit of a hissy fit. So yeah, I'm trying to make a whole bunch of grungy maps. Like, look at that. Oh, I like that one. That one's going to be good. And that one there looks nice. Now, the thing that I need to do is I need to make the values a little bit stronger. So in terms of contrast, so this isn't contrast enough. So welcome. This one here I really like. I actually started changing the ship up to be using these textures. But yeah, hopefully they will be on Patreons soonish. No, don't save that. And you can go away. because I'm trying to just create my own asset library as well, so that if I do want to provide stuff away, like this ship will eventually, I'm still not sure. I mean, obviously I'll be using it for my short films, but am I just going to give it away or sell it? I don't know. I don't know how much use other people are going to have for it. So I'm kind of like in two minds about that. But yeah, we will see what happens. Okay, so from here, let's... You donkey. You donkey. Let's go delete that vertice. And I'm going to grab these two vertices here. Let's make sure we turn the mirror modifier back on. E to extrude along the x-axis. And then we're just going to cover up that hole. There we go. Nice. That's giving us that. Jeez. Actually, what we will do, grab this. GY. And actually you have to bring it down as well. Excellent. Definitely the chair will be coming back to about here-ish. Spooky did a really nice video on his console moving. And I love the idea, and then I might have to steal it. Do you have that link to it, Spooky, if you're still around? I don't actually, have you uploaded it to YouTube? Alright, so let's bring it to about there. Not the biggest fan that it's kind of half like clipping through. But yeah, once again, Marco, you're in the blocking phase. Stop whinging. GGGG. And we want to just kind of hide it under there. It's on YouTube. Can you send me the link? Message me the link. Nice, brilliant, Brian. Have a great night. What is that? Shift N. Let's go something like that. Okay. Cool. Yeah, so let's just go copy that. Go check out Mr. Spooky's thing. Where are you? There, live stream. Control V to press enter. There we go. Go check that out. That's what I need to thieve. Steal, I mean. Alright, so that's coming along nicely. That's now here, and we should be able to clean up this section. GG. And then here, let's go like so. I'm just going to do, oh gosh, I can't see. Select this and this. Let's do Control I, hide, just so we can work just specifically on this part here. And I'm going to go E to extrude through there. G, Y, plop that one in there. And I think from here to here we can do that now. Excellent. Let's now do an Alt H because I just wanted to see what that is. Nope. How about no? Let's do this. We're going to go GG. GG. There we go. We're going to grab this, this, and this. G to the X. Beautiful. That's looking quite nice. And that's giving us plenty of room of kind of like where the console can like probably even pop out. Or even, yeah, something. Oh, maybe from both sides it kind of like comes in. Well, if you show me how to get the technique properly, you can have all my cockpit 6. That's fair enough. Art to Art, welcome. Yes, I I will try and make that video before I go to Adelaide. I really need to make that video before I go to Adelaide. That section there, what we actually might do is I might delete. Actually, no, what we can do is let's grab that. Let's grab that face there. E to extrude, and we'll pop it to about here. We'll bring these vertices down. GG. GG. Let's get rid of that face. Delete face. And then from here, what are we doing? G. Okay. G to the X. GG. Bring it back, and bring it back. I think we need to bring it back ever so slightly, a little bit more. Ah, GX, you clown. There we go. All right. Nice. So now we've kind of got the interior blocked out. And so I really like how that's come along. I am going to get rid of this seat in here. And I do have another seat somewhere. The consoles from Starfield are cool. Consoles from everywhere are cool. Oh, yeah, that's good. You can see I need to cover this bit up. There we go. Not the biggest fan of that. Let's go GG. Actually, we'll do it both. GG. Yeah, it's staffed. Fine. Do it like this. Do it like this. Alright. There we go. Control S to save. Let's just go into rendered view. And then this is kind of like the idea that we've got. Yeah, so this person here has got plenty of visibility. Can see forward, can see back. Sir, I have a question. Can I ask? You sure can, Mr. War Machine Gaming. I don't know. Don't ask. Awesome. Now, I do have another chair. Where is that other chair? Where's the other chair? Oh, actually, I think it's in this Kitbashing set, I believe. If we go into the asset browser, Markham 3D, Kitbashing set 4. Is there a chair in here? Because I thought there was a chair in here. Oh, it's got this ugly chair. Where's the other chair? Crud. Hang on, I've got a chair somewhere that I need. Whew, it's getting spicy in here. M drive. Markham 3D assets. Should be a Sci-Fi cockpit chair somewhere. I might have to jump on Patreon and re-download it because it is not sitting in my stinking assets. Sci-Fi cockpit chair. Is it this one? Yeah. Nope. That's that one. I thought I made another one. Did I not make another one? Hang on. Let's jump over into Patreon. We'll have quick squizzies. You hotbox. Oh, dude, it's so hot. Let's go. I swear I had a chair in. Oh, that is the chair. Ah, oh, dang it. Okay. I need to make a new chair. We'll fix that later. I was doing an animation, and the scene I created, I added some fog to it, and an issue I'm facing is that fog is looking weird. Like, not like. What? Weird satin-like. Stain-like? Not smoke-like. Do you mean a volumetrics? Plug and plugs. Yeah. Do you mean like volumetrics is what you're using? If that crashes, yeah. If it goes down, everybody dies. Alright, let's get rid of that. Okay, so yes, definitely I'm gonna have to recreate these chairs. Yeah, I'm not too fussed if this front person goes down with the ship. It looks Saturn. Not entirely sure, but if we were to go into a mesh, cube, and we did this, and then we went into shading, let's just do it on the fly real quick. We're going to delete that, and then we're going to add in a volumetrics scatter, plop that into there. Density is going to be like 0.01. And let's do astrophotography and anisotroph. I don't know. That looks sick. Can you imagine seeing that flying? And then if I could just get volumetrics working, oh my goodness, it would look so good. That's pretty sweet. Anyway, that's yeah. So just change to a volume scatter node, and 0.01. Might be a resolution issue, maybe. Yeah, it depends how big your actual volume is. Don't forget winglets. Ah, yes. The discussion that we were having last night. I will put some winglets on. We will get there. An isotrophy. I like my version. Okay. All right. I don't know how this is going to work. Because there just doesn't seem to be enough room. Just trying to think, how does... Is there a ship? No, there isn't. I can't think of anything. Need to add some personalization to the chairs, like one of the crew has a... one of them's got like the back beads, like a taxi driver. Yeah. I do like that idea, and we probably will. Probably once... Oh, Decal Machine just released the latest update, so it's going to something I'm going to be playing with. Also, I'm crazy new because I'm new to 3D. Is it normal for render times to increase dramatically? Oh, yes. Oh, yes, it does. Don't you? Yes. Very, very normal. Okay. All right. Okay. Now, kind of struggling with this one here. Bye, Dustin, mate. Thank you for coming. It's famous for doing that. Yep. The more you add, the crazier it's going to get. Now, the question is how are we going to make these chairs kind of like operate? Do we have a thing where the person sits in it and then kind of like rotates up and around? Oh, that would look crazy. If you know what I mean. What I'm going to do, and I don't know why I haven't done this, Shift S cursor selected, right click, set origin to geometry. Nope, right click, set origin to 3D cursor. Alright, so technically, yeah, what we could do is if I go into kind of like a cylinder, Oops, rotate Z. Whoops, go GZ. And we have something like this. Let's do a delete this face. I'm going to delete. Can't have it going that way. Oh, actually, no, we could. So, what I was thinking is if we clear out all these, delete faces. Okay, delete faces. Delete faces. And then we grab what we've got left. A, E to extrude. Scale Z0. That to that. Control P, parent to object. And so what I was thinking is that let's go to frame like 180. And we'll go I set rotation. And we'll go back to 80. This is just temporary. Let's go rotate 90. Too much. Rotate 60. No. Rotate 80. And then we'll rotate something like this. Something like that. Let's go I rotation. I'm going to grab this piece here. I'm going to go GG. Oh, come on. And then so the way it's going to look is the person gets in and then goes up. That's not too bad. Has anyone seen MRU shooting yesterday? I feel like he was here last week. Make one of those chairs that lift the early go upstairs. Well, that was semi what I was thinking with that one. By the way, so you've helped me a lot with learning Hardsurface Modelling and Optimus Prime model. Oh my goodness, pretty close to the movie one. Jeez, that is insane. PC specs, I am rocking an A6000. I'm not going to lie on that one. But the CPU could probably be better. That's actually not a bad idea on that. Sit down, come in. And then maybe with the captain's chair, we go 240. Let's just go I location. And with this one, from all the way back here, he sits in it and then just kind of like slides forward into position. Because I mean, that's kind of what it's like in the C2. And this is why bulkheads, more space in the floor and or the roof. Yes. Correcto mundo. So that's probably stuff we could probably fill out, so on and so forth. I feel like that chair moving is a little bit too far away. The other option is you could have the captain's spear. Yes. So I do like the idea. So let's go from here. We're going to go I rotation and then frame 40. Let's go rotate Z 180. Dang nabbit. Shift S. Cursor selected, right click set origin to cursor, and then it's going to pop forward, which is fine. We go G, Y, bring it back a little bit, I, location rotation, G, Y, I, location, and then about here, let's go rotate 180, I, rotation. So we're going to have kind of like, whoop, make the person chunder. And so, yeah, kind of sits down, spins around, and then brings it forward. Now, alternatively, rather than having this spinny uppy thing, just want to come in. We're going to bring it back up, delete those keyframes. What I'm thinking is that the platform here, I rotation, and then this one here, rotate Z. Let's go -180. I rotation, and so the guy sits down, and then it just kind of like rotates around, and then we've got the console coming in from kind of like the left-hand side. So it's kind of like already there, and he's got all his crud, blah, blah, blah. And then that way we don't have that movement. I reckon that might be the way to go. Yeah, I'm down with that. Whew. Yeah, 4080 will do. Just doing a 4080. If you're planning on doing simulations, though, you need a fast CPU. The reason for that is all simulations are done off CPU, not off the graphics card. Rendering is done off the graphics card, but computing the simulation itself will be done on CPU. Oh, let's have a seat. Oh, okay. There we go. Sick. All right, let's continue on. Multi-stream. Anything happening on Twitch? Is anyone watching on Twitch? Let's have a look. Just figure might as well let it run. We'll click onto this video producer, stream manager, just out of curiosity. And we've got 3 people watching on Twitch. Oh, hey. Hey, guys. Clack Attack's there. 3D Ape Man. Nice. All right. So, we've got a few people over there. This is frustrating. I don't understand why that's not coming up. Anyway, that's why I'm using yes, so GPU rendering on EmberGen, of course, is much better. You know, that is the way it is. And, okay, can I can't. I need a bigger screen. Oh, gosh. Oh, sweet. All right, so back into this. I'm just going to put it like that. Awesome. I look at all the things you do in research. What part? Yes, correct, Amundo. Very much. I mean, if you're into wargaming and you're only doing 3D modeling, technically, you don't need a strong graphics card because you're not really going to be rendering. You're just going to be modeling and then you'll be 3D printing. So, CPU will bite your butt if you put all your money in GPU. Correct. Yeah, so I think we might go with the seat where it kind of like rotates around and see how that goes. Settings, quality. Yeah, sweet, whatevs. But I like that system. And then all the controls and all the crud will be there. Definitely we're going to rejig this chair because it can be much better. And we'll go ahead and add in more smoother stuff. I don't even know why I'm wearing headphones. I'm not even listening to anything. But if you're new to the channel, hey, subscribe. Do it. Okay, please. I've been looking at this thing now for a while. This whole back section in here. Now, I don't know if I should be making it kind of like a living space, because like what we've done already is all the cargo space is on the outside, and this is going to be more, you know, person carrier, you know, them living on it if we're thinking about them doing like long hauls and such. So yeah, that's something I'm trying to work out. The Intel GPUs are kind of fantastic at the moment. Yes, I've been using Ryzen. I wouldn't mind jumping over back to Intel. Hang on, I think I'm running Ryzen. I could be lying. CPU. No, Ryzen. But yeah, that's the next computer problem. Okay, so this all now needs to be joined up. Kind of stuff doing that. I feel like I'm not being productive, so what I am going to do is bring that back, and I'm just going to press hide, and I might as well just make some panels and start kind of giving it the same aesthetic as over here. So let's just add in an edge loop through here. Let's do a Control B to do a bevel, delete faces, like so. And then yeah, just going to kind of work on these bits and pieces, just start slapping them all together. Starting to feel the pinch. It's getting a little bit late. It is, what's the time? midnight. Yay! I will be returning to my day job on January 23rd. But first, I have thought about that. I do like the idea of adding in a bathroom. Star Citizen have done it really well. I had a friend who was exploring my seats, that was exploring my C2, and he was like, "What the heck?" I'm like, "I know. How cool is that?" Yeah, nice. I love that. That's looking good. Let's put an edge loop through there. I just kind of want to start like picking things together. Yeah, I agree. I think 16 gig would be enough. Yep. Yeah, VRAM I reckon is going to start getting more and more important. I don't think it's important in AI generation. I think it's just still good to have just brute force for that. But obviously, I don't know. What are you mainly going to be trying to do, Wargaming? Is the question probably should have asked in the first place. Are you rendering just images? Are you rendering animations? Are we rendering 3D printing? What are we trying to do? I'm feeling the pinch. Not keen on that bit there. Let's just put an edge loop through there, then hopefully split that up. GG. Nice. I like how that's coming along. It is matching the same sizes as over here. Scale Y0. Oh. Scale Y0. Nice. Nice and flat in there. Going to be making sceneries and want to do more animations. Currently I'm working with 3060, which holds me back. It holds you back in terms of rendering. That's where you got to kind of like start playing more with Blender and working out what actually slows you down. Because I know adding a normal texture on everything, that'll slow you down. Oh boy, does that slow you down. Scale Y0. So yeah, if you kind of get rid of a normal texture, yeah, your actually render speeds should actually dramatically improve. Also, to really speed things up is bake out all your textures. It's a pain. However, if it's an object that you're going to be constantly using and repeating yourself, yeah, the way to go for sure. Oh yeah, someone's just downloaded something down the bottom somewhere. There is a a whole bunch of free assets you can download from the Gumroad store. Somewhere. I don't know where it is. But if you have a squiz, yeah, just oh, jeez, I'm not going to survive. Oof, look at that. Let's kind of jump into rendered view and just have a quick look. What is that looking like? Nice. The other big thing that I've found as well, because I normally like to buy other people's models and then go backwards and work out how they do certain things to make it look a lot better. And this is why I've kind of, this texture has come out of nowhere, is kind of like based off, buying other people's models. I am looking for one more texture, alpha texture. I'm just trying to find it so I can take a photo of it and do things with it. And then hopefully I can release that material for everyone to love and enjoy. I want to have fast raw power and render times because 3060 don't even render while I sleep. Oh boy. Oh boy. Well, my first animations, which got me my first awards, was all just 2D animation. I just created some very simple 2D characters, rigged them up, and then tried to write a good story. I'm hoping this year I'm going to do a lot better in the short films, but we'll see. I want to get best animation again. That's the goal. Best animation. I'm a little too ambitious. Yes. Yeah, dude. Then prepare to be rendered. Yep. Work within your comma restrictions. Whoa. For those on Twitch, what's going on? You guys are good? Nothing? Oh, that's 4 of you. Got 205 followers over there. Wow. Anyway, cool. So that's all coming along nicely. I think once we start making some decals, which we'll do that soon. Yeah, 205. Nobody's chatting over there though. Let's do an Alt H. And I mean, that's looking fine. Darker. So we come in there. And we go dark. Oh, hello, darling. How are you? I'm doing well, thank you. Oh, delightful. That is looking so good. So good. Let's put an edge loop through here. And it's going to keep trying to build this up. GG. Make it a bit straighter. Control B. Delete faces. GG. Look at that. What is ideal render set of cycles for animation? That depends on your scene. Very much depends on your scene. There's some good tutorials from Gleb. What's his name? Shrimp. He's got a few good ones. Even if you download some of his files for free and then you reverse engineer them, he actually changes a lot of the render settings to get fast renders. Like if you can get a hold of his blimp, that he created. That was one of the first things that got him on the radar of most people. Yeah, it's really interesting to see what render settings he was using on that one. Oh my goodness, it's so good. Alright, and so what we do from here is I'm going to go Shift A, cursor word origin. Let's go cube. I'm going to scale that in. Scale it in. Scale on the Z. Cool. And then from here, I go G, hold Control. And then we can start kind of adding in all these little greebly bits. Shift D, hold Control, Alt R, G, hold Control, rotate ZZ, something like that. And then you can see how we're adding parts. Oh, far out. Next one, Shift D, hold Control. Put another one there. And then if we kind of come in, yeah, so kind of just adding in these little blocks here just adds a little bit more differentiation to the scene or to the ship. Control S to save. Oh, it's looking so good, especially in orthographic mode. It's looking so tough. If we come into here, let's go into camera view. Seven. Let's do this. I'm going to rotate around like so. And then from here we do like 120 mil. Oh. Oh, 2048 samples. No wonder you're punching yourself in the head. Gosh. Oh, jeez. That sounds terrible. I like render at 256, but this is the problem, is using simulations. That is looking schmick. Once decals start getting added, oh baby. That's looking good. That's spicy cakes. Yeah. Gleb shrimp. Yeah. Turn on denoiser, 256, done. That'll dramatically speed up your renders. I'm going to do all these panels now because this is just looking gorgeous. And as much as I'm killing myself right now, and Marco should be in bed, it's too gorgeous to pass up to do all this now. Let's do Control B, delete faces, and put another edge loop through here. Control B, delete faces, Control B, Control B, too much, Control B, Control B. Cool. And then oh, better in perspective though. Yeah, I did that on purpose and then increased the camera focal length distance just to say, hey, I'm in perspective mode. And then that makes you happy. See? Everything I do. Delete face. Oh, that's good. About here. Cool. Delete faces. Nice. I like that. I like that. Let's put an edge loop through here. No, I'm done. I'm exhausted. Marco needs bed. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that. It's only 24 viewers. We haven't had, hasn't been a big stream tonight. Whoop, that's the wrong screen. This one. Here. Nope. Okay, sure. Let's go into this one. And I can show you the stats. Yes, I know, because I've got terrible internet. Duh. Yeah, nothing really special on the chart. Give you a look behind the scenes. Let's go back to the chat. But yeah, have a great night, guys. I will see you later. I have no idea what videos are coming out, but I'm trying to push out as many assets now, especially whilst over the Christmas break. So hopefully you guys can use them, abuse them, and go from there. Have a great night, guys. Have a great week, and I'll talk to you later.